Take 22 all-electric racing machines capable of over 280 kilometers an hour, hand them over to some of the most skilled drivers in the world, and race them over 13 races in 12 dynamic cities. 45 minutes plus one final lap make up each race known as an E-Prix. 25 points are awarded for each race win, and the top 10 drivers all score for their teams. 3 bonus points are then awarded for pole position and an extra 1 point for the fastest lap of the race. Whoever is on top of the standings after the season finale in New York will be crowned Season 5 Formula E champion. With some of the biggest car brands on the planet going head-to-head, bumper to bumper, this is where the world's best racing is going down. This is your inside guide to the fast-paced world around it. This is Street Racers.
In this episode, teammates Jeandre, Vergne and Lotterer go for a different kind of race in Sanya.
And we go green in Sanya, down goes Lotterer, plunging through the shark tank.
Who will come out on top? Find out later in the show.
The Geneva International Motor Show was jam-packed with electric vehicles this year, and we picked out some of the best of the bunch to take a closer look at.
Back in Hong Kong, we took YouTube star Spencer FC on a family outing to one of the best VR experiences ever built.
And we took a trip to the mountains with Audi for an extra special challenge.
But first up, we're almost at the halfway point in the season, so we thought we'd take a look back at how we ended up with an incredible 6 different winners from 6 races.
Da Costa covers the inside line, Vergne goes to the outside, Da Costa's super late on the brakes, but Vergne gets it done, and into the lead of the Audi e-Prix. Both of the DS Techeetah cars are now serving drive-through penalties.
It was a difficult weekend. We lost a first and second place on many points.
Into the final turn of the Audi e-Prix, and it's victory for Da Costa and BMW.
Ah, it's amazing. The DAC is back.
And we go green in Marrakesh. Good start from Bird. Also good start from Sebastian Buemi. He might be able to challenge Vergne on the run down into the first corner. Vergne goes for it out of nowhere, and Vergne spins. The reigning champion is facing backwards at turn 1. And these are the 2 BMW Andretti guys out in first and second place.
Oh, Sim's gone for the lead.
Up the inside goes Sims, and Da Costa's locked out.
What are you doing?
They hit each other. Da Costa's in the wall, and the lead is gone.
The number 1 rule is not to hit each other, and we as drivers failed to do that.
Jerome D'Ambrosio wins for Mahindra.
I'm happy, and I'm happy I can pay the team back like this.
Vergne covers the inside. Lock up from Bird, he's through. Buemi's in the wall, Bird's in the lead.
I locked up, and unfortunately I touched the gravel and couldn't really control the car.
Sam Bird, who started in 4th on the grid, comes through the final corner now, and he's going to take victory in Santiago.
Yeah, that was intense. The track was breaking up, something nasty, but we managed it well. Amazing from the team, amazing.
Here's Nelson Piquet trying to go to the inside of Vergne. Whoa, that's a big airborne crash for Nelson Piquet.
Obviously, you know, I was pushing Jev, trying to go for position, and yeah, we touched. It's racing, and that's it.
We're racing again in Mexico City. Pascal Vergne leading the way. Mahindra getting a bit nervous that they're going to run out of battery. I think Nissan think there's one fewer lap than there is. The checker flag is not going to fall this time for Nissan. It's over for Nissan.
You know, we all make mistakes. It's just disappointing when it happens when you're in 3rd and 4th and in line to score a lot of points.
On to the final lap of the race. De Grassi up the inside, and Vergne goes straight on. Vergne's got 1%. Here comes Vergne out of the final corner. It's 0. De Grassi wins.
It's like they say, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or if you win by a mile, winning is winning. It was like a championship winning type of feeling.
4 races, 4 winners, and no clear favourite as the series headed to Asia. But before we take a look at rounds 5 and 6, let's check out one of the best ways to let loose in Hong Kong. It's one of the best places in the world for technology, so when we were there, we invited Formula E presenter Saunders and his brother Spencer FC and Seb on Golf along to have a go at one of the world's finest VR gaming setups.
Okay, so welcome to Hong Kong. I'm back here, ready for the race on Sunday. I'm always here for Formula E, but the difference is this time is I've got my two brothers with me, Spencer and Seb, which is amazing. I kind of feel like you're crashing the party a little bit.
Sorry.
Are you excited about it?
Buzzing for it, mate. First time in Hong Kong as well.
We're going to go look around Hong Kong. We're going to do some VR stuff, so I think it'll be quite cool. We've got a tech theme going on, so I think we should get stuck in.
Decent. Up for it. Let's go. Let's go.
Lovely.
50 on a chain, looking insane. 50 on a range, I'm swerving lane. 80 on a case, 100 on a game. They all wanna be me, why they hate.
Right, so we've arrived at Sandbox VR. We're kitted up, obviously. Look at the state of us. I can't see where I'm looking right now. We've got a team name, gone with hashtag Formula E Bros. Very apt, I think. We've got a captain, this guy. So all we need to do now is get VR'd up and do it. Let's do it. That way?
I think I'm by a wall.
We're doing it. No friendly fire. Right.
Combat alert.
That's north.
Contact with Beanstalk, New York, Shanghai, and London. We're all that's left. You're going down. Break through.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
It's one.
Hardcore mothership down. Yeah.
That was decent.
Wow. Unbelievable. That was like next level. That was honestly wicked.
Will you take the headphone and say, Joe, so you're coming to
And now, yeah, I'm just looking at the room we've been doing that in. Yeah, see?
That is decent.
That was a real. Whew.
That's really good.
I can't imagine what that must have looked like for you guys. I bet you had a right chuckle. But remember what we're here for. Tomorrow is the race. More fun to be had. That was action-packed. So will tomorrow be, hopefully. Excited?
Come on.
Let's do it.
Well, that looked like a lot of fun. But now let's take a look at what went down in the 5th race of the season.
Bird goes straight on, and into the lead of the race goes Andre Lotterer. He's looking. They nudge. And Lotterer holds on. Oh, and Lotterer's got damage.
Flat tire.
Lotterer's got a puncture. He's out of the race. He's out of the battle for the lead. And Sam Bird is in front in Hong Kong.
My race is done, and hopefully his one too, because if they let that by, I don't know what we're doing out there, you know.
Sam Bird through the final corner, and he sees the checkered flag and wins on the streets of Hong Kong.
The FIA have given Bird a 5-second time penalty. That means Venturi's Edo Mortara will take his and the team's first ever win.
This place around here, like, is bringing me so much luck and over the moon.
Here comes Oliver Rowland leading the way. Vergne second, Acosta third, then App Sims, Lotterer, Freitz. And there goes Vergne! Vergne leads in Sanya! Everyone just getting a little bit spread out. On the penultimate lap, whoa, that's not true, bam! De Grassi sent spinning, Freitz was hit into him by Buemi. Race will end under full course yellow. So Vergne across the line, he takes the checker flag in Sanya.
It's been a long time without winning. We had a very tough beginning of the championship, so I'm so glad, you know, for the team.
Six races, 6 different winners, means only 10 points separates first from 6, with them all having won a race. Let's hope the second half of the season is as good as the first.
Well, that win in Sanya for Jean-Eric Vergne meant time to celebrate and relax for a while. And there's no better way for that than to throw yourself off the leap of faith. The 8-story high water slide sends riders plunging through shark-infested waters at high speeds. And being racing drivers, Jev and teammate Andre Lotterer couldn't help but make it competitive.
We're about to go racing at the Atlantis Hotel in Sanya. Jeandre Vergne versus Andre Lotterer, the two DS Techeetah drivers.
Radio check, Andre, radio check.
Copy, I hear you loud and clear.
Jev, radio check.
Yeah, I hear you, Alex, loud and clear.
Andre, you're going to go out for your warm-up lap, followed by your hot lap, and then the cool down. Please make sure your feedback on slide ability over the radio as you come through it. We'll do a practice start on green. Place yourself in the middle of the slide, and don't forget to secure your trunk.
Man, the slide ability conditions here are really good. Something mega.
Jev, Andre time was 15.9. Watch out for the shark in second sector. Let's see what we can do out there.
It certainly seems to me as though Jeandre Vergne is the quicker of the two on their first run, but will the water conditions affect things?
Andre, activate attack mode now. Activate attack mode. Andre, mode FP1. All water temps looking good. You have one time run, so let's make it count.
Jev, you were half a tenth quicker than Andre in first sector, so let's use fan boost in the main straight to keep this speed.
First up, it's Jeandre Vergne. We go green in Sanya, and off he goes.
Through the tank, he's celebrating already. Is he celebrating too soon?
That's going to be a tough time to beat. Let's see how Andre does.
And we go green in Sanya. Down goes Lotterer. Plunging through the shark tank. There's a bird on track up ahead, and Lotterer's gone into the back of him, just like Hong Kong.
That looked fast from Andre, but was it good enough? Let's go to the replay.
Yes, it's Andre Lotterer who takes the win.
Yes, Andre, you did it. P1, baby. And start your cool-down lap.
Let's hope that victory for Andre makes up a little for his disappointment in Hong Kong. And fingers crossed, DS Techeetah can keep up their newfound form in round 7 in Rome.
Before we get back to the action on track, let's take a look at what happened when Audi took on a new challenge with their brand new e-tron. The legendary Mousefaller is an 85% grade downhill ski slope, and it's not the kind of hill you would normally attempt to drive a car up. But if any machine can make the climb, it's an all-electric machine like the e-tron.
Let's go and face the beast.
Welcome to Kitzbühel.
Thank you.
This is the famous Mousefaller, so one of the really famous jumps on the World Cup Tour, and famous for good reasons. It's, as you can see, steep.
Very steep. But it looks like it's the steepest part is somewhere a bit up. I've been watching it many times. Yeah. I never stood here, and I must say it feels steeper than it looks on TV. I've been doing a lot of crazy things in my life, and in sport or with cars. Everything comes with danger, but that's also to squeeze the limits is something that I like.
When I heard about the project, my first comment was like, that can't be possible. But then, you see the traction with the spikes that are made, the surface, the power the electrical power that the car's gonna have. So if there is enough grip, it's gonna work. And looking at the tires, I think it looks very promising.
We have all the ingredients to make it happen. Like you have going down in control, I think we have all the ingredients going up in control, but still, I'm also a bit nervous going up.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
was a tall order, but the e-tron got it done. Amazing to see what electric power can do.
Every year, the car industry descends on the Geneva Motor Show to display the latest and greatest in automotive innovation. This year, the offering of electric vehicles was stronger than ever. Polestar launched their first EV for the Volvo Group, the Polestar 2.
You're talking about a performance electric vehicle, 500 kilometers of range. This will have a sub 5 second 0 to 60, so it's plenty of performance under the hood. I think that one of the key things with electrification is that we have a car that appeals to not just a niche market at the top. What you've got here is a car that will be accessible for a far broader audience, and that's what we want to see, more and more people moving towards electrification, and that's a trend that we expect to see grow and grow.
Aston Martin's luxury Lagonda brand showed off a pretty wild-looking concept.
Well, we're sitting in the Lagonda all-terrain concept. One of the great things about electrification, it gives you more freedom. You know, what does a luxury consumer want? Time and space. I can't change the theories of time and Einstein and relativity, but I can give you more space. So I take away the internal combustion engine and give all that back to the occupant. It's all about very different materials, so unconstrained by the tradition of luxury is where Lagonda sits. And of course, because it's electric, it's quiet, so 0 decibels.
Another concept on display was Audi's stunning e-tron GT.
This is the e-tron GT Concept, and actually the e-tron GT Concept shows an upcoming production car. And what you can see here is now a show car which is really close to production actually. The engineers gave us a fantastic package. The car is very low. We are designers. We are very lucky when we get such a nice proportion. This is so sculptural looking. We don't have a sculptured body like this in our lineup. This is really the most extreme sculpture we will get into in the future.
The Italian city car experts at Fiat showed off their vision of the future of urban mobility.
Yeah, so behind me we have the Fiat 120, which is Italian for 120, celebrating the birthday of Fiat, 120 years. This vehicle is fully electric, 100% electric. It's packed of customization ideas, not just with colors and appearance, but more with functionality, so you can really create a product that caters to the need of the customer. So it's not really us telling you what the car should look like and what can it do, but you really can create out of an endless opportunities. The range of the battery, the amount of seats, the kind of seats, the colors, of course. So there's an endless opportunity of customization, and really in the spirit of what Fiat stands for.
But it was a car we're a bit familiar with that won the 2019 Car of the Year.
The Jaguar I-Pace is the Car of the Year 2019.
The Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy is an all-electric race championship and is Formula E's first ever support series on the same tight and twisting street circuits. Drivers are a mix of professionals and amateurs, and although they compete on 2 different leaderboards, they line up on the same grid and go bumper to bumper in identical Jaguar I-Paces. At each race there's also a wildcard VIP driver, world-renowned behind the wheel and there to throw down the gauntlet for one race only. This is the world's first all-electric production car championship, taking over streets across the globe. Over 10 rounds, it's electrifying some of the world's most iconic and historic cities. This is round 4, and this time we're on the beaches of China.
The very first chapter of this brand new championship began in the Middle East, where it electrified the streets of Saudi Arabia.
The first ever Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy Series races go!
For the entire race, pole sitter Simon Evans had rival Brian Sellers for company, but Sellers was unaware that Brazilian Sergio Jimenez was lying in wait, and with just 1 lap to go, he made his move.
There goes Jimenez up the inside of Sellers, great move!
But Kiwi Simon Evans held on to his lead to become the championship's first ever winner.
It's the checker flag and the win for Simon Evans.
Touching down in the Americas, Mexico City played host to round 2. The IP driver and local favourite favourite Salvador Duran caused chaos in the opening stages, which dramatically sent championship leader Evans to the back of the pack.
Simon Evans is involved in that as well.
Team Rahal Letterman Lanigan reigned supreme with only fractions of a second in it. Catherine Legg took the win and overall lead of the championship ahead of her teammate and rival Brian Sellers.
And victory in the top of the championship for Catherine Legg.
2 races down, 2 different winners.
Round 3, a harborside street fight in a wet Hong Kong. When the lights went out, both of the championship's female drivers gained 2 places each by having a game plan around the outside of the tight hairpin at turn 1. A mistake from the leader Bueno at the same corner sent him tumbling down the order and into a dogfight with fellow Brazilian Jimenez, whose never-say-never reputation preceded him again. After starting at the back of the grid, he worked his way up to 5th place, but Jimenez saved his most daring attack for the very last corner.
So, Simon Evans off and in the wall! Jimenez got the podium at the final corner!
But it was Brian Sellers who took his first win, jumping him to the top of the leaderboard.
The winner of round 3 of the championship is Brian Sellers for Rahal Letterman Racing.
This championship couldn't be any closer. Come the checkered flag here in Sanya, any one of 4 drivers could sit at the top of the pro leaderboard, because after 3 races, we've had 3 different winners.
Kaka Bueno on the right-hand side will start on pole position. Simon Evans, the New Zealander, alongside him on the front row of the grid. All 5 lights are on. And we're racing in Sanya. Decent start for Kaka Bueno from pole position. He slots in there, but Stefan Radzinski in 4th place was miles back on his grid slot. He's now super late on the brakes into the first right-hander of the race, but everybody is safely through. Bueno ahead, Evans 2nd, Sellers 3rd, Radzinski 4th, Jimenez still in 5th position. Here comes Legg. Up the inside of Andar Alasai, and there's a big look from Tao Wang. He's going up the inside of Bing Kanen. So something's happened to Tao Wang. And there he is. And a red flag. So, green flag, but Kaka Bueno's got a pretty decent getaway here. Simon Evans was not with him. And if anything, Brian Sellers is right at the back of Simon Evans as they come out now to go racing once more with fire and 4.5 minutes plus 1 lap to go. Bueno, Evans, Sellers, Radzinski, Jimenez, Legg, the top 6. Alasai leading the Pro-Am class. We're on board with Jimenez. He's going for it.
Wow, one of his faint moves, lunging from far away, but pretty clean, I would say, from the onboard just now.
Battle for the lead, still on. Bueno leading as he starts the final tour of this Sanya circuit. But really, it's Radzinski versus Jimenez for 4th position. That's going to be the one to watch. Look how close he is coming into 3. Does he fancy it into 3? No. But it's Kaka Bueno, the other Brazilian, who has dominated this race from the start. Fantastic start off the line, fantastic restart after the red flag, and finally a win for Bueno in the Jaguar I-Pace E-Trophy Series with victory in Sanya.
Well, that makes it 4 different winners from 4 different races and gives Brian Sellers an 8-point gap over Simon Evans at the top of the championship.
Round 7 is next up on the calendar, and the Formula E Festival heads to Europe and the ancient streets of the capital of Italy, Rome. Let's see how the drivers are preparing.
Hey guys, we're finally back to racing in Rome this week. Yeah, really looking forward to it. It's been a pretty long break, but I've not been sitting still. I've been pretty busy doing a lot of training, but also testing the all-new Mercedes Formula E car, which was obviously a very special moment, the start of a new chapter. But for now, we're focusing on the rest of this season, and yeah, looking forward to be back racing and to be back in Europe for the remainder of the year.
Just at home in between China and Rome. Had a little bit of a rest this week, but really looking forward to getting going next week. China was extremely good, and yeah, hopefully we can go one better in Rome.
Hello everybody, we are here preparing Rome E-Prix, maybe the first victory of my career in Formula E, but also maybe the first podium. I will try everything I can, and also together with the support from the Italian fans. Take care.
Hey street racers, we are currently in
Berlin for press conference for the Berlin E-Prix together with Nico Rosberg and Alejandro Agag. The first race in Europe is going to be Rome. So really excited to go there. Last season has been an incredible race, great atmosphere, amazing fans. So I hope you tune in or you come check it out live. See you there.
Well, that's all we've got time for in this episode, but we'll be back soon with all the action straight from the streets of the Eternal City. Ciao, street racers!